King Arthur, the legendary ruler of Camelot, wielder of Excalibur, and leader of the Knights of the Round Table. His story is one of magic, chivalry, and epic battles. But have you ever wondered, was there a real King Arthur? Let's pull the sword from the stone and uncover the truth. The first mention of a warrior named Arthur comes from a 9th century Welsh text called the Historia Brittonum. It describes Arthur as a dux bellorum, or leader of battles, not a king. This Arthur was said to have led the Britons in 12 major battles against the invading Anglo-Saxons, culminating in a decisive victory at the Battle of Mountbatten around the year 500. This account is written several hundred years after the events, so it's more like historical folklore than a contemporary report. There are no records from Arthur's supposed lifetime that mention him at all. So, who was this figure? One popular theory is that Arthur wasn't a single person, but a composite figure. A blend of several real-life British warlords who resisted the Saxon invasion. Their heroic deeds may have been combined over time and attributed to one legendary name, Arthur. Another idea suggests that Arthur might have been a title or a nickname, not a given name, which would explain why it's so hard to find him in historical records. For example, a Roman officer named Lucius Artorius Castus is sometimes put forward as a candidate, though he lived centuries earlier. It was until the 12th century that Geoffrey of Monmouth's History of the Kings of Britain truly transformed Arthur into the king we know today. This book was a medieval bestseller, and it introduced key elements like Arthur's father, Uther Pendragon, the wizard Merlin, and his queen Guinevere. From here, French poets added the Knights of the Round Table, the quest for the Holy Grail, and the tragic love affair between Lancelot and Guinevere. These writers weren't trying to write history. They were creating epic romances for their courtly audiences. So, was there a real King Arthur? The answer is, probably not in the way we imagine him. There likely was no shining Camelot, no magical Excalibur, and no single king who united all of Britain. But, at the heart of the legend, there might have been a real, courageous British war leader whose memory inspired centuries of incredible stories. The man may be a myth, but the legend of Arthur has proven to be immortal. Thanks for watching. If you love digging into history's greatest mysteries, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more. See you next time.